Hello, everyone. Donna Nelson here. Welcome to episode 31, Rooted in Wisdom, a daily dose of Donna. Today, I am sharing with you the power of yes. And I'm really mixing it in with no. All right, so give me 1 second here. Let me get my phone set. All right. Awesome. Say hi when you hop on. I'm actually obviously doing a little early tonight. So let me introduce myself if this is your first time popping in to Rooted in Wisdom on my Facebook page. I'm Donna Nelson, a holistic empowerment coach to purpose-driven entrepreneurs and business leaders who want to grow personally and professionally from within. So whether you want to up your game in business, have better relationships, make more money, have more abundance in all areas of your life, whether it's mental, physical, emotional, or spiritual, you need to have a foundation rooted in wisdom of both science and soul to get there. So I'm doing these lives almost daily to give you a quick bit of wisdom rooted in science and soul to help empower your life, self, and business. So today, as I said, I'm talking about the power of yes. And the reason that I wanted to share this with you was because I got tired of saying no. And when I mean tired, I found it physically draining for me to say no. And I was needing to say no to opportunities, to social time, to phone calls, to dinner, to all kinds of things because of being in my purpose and having so many things going on in my business and my other commitments that I had already. And at one point, this is pretty recently, I was like, I feel like I'm just saying no all the time. And doing a check-in on that, I realized that I didn't need to be saying no, but how do I say yes to things, but still not doing them or not being in agreement with it or meaning no in the process without actually using the word no. And through this, I realized that I hear no all the time, and often I will call people on it. And you've probably heard it too, right? In conversations, people will be agreeing with you and going, you know what I mean? And they'll go, no, but what I'm saying is, and they're like, you really mean yes, right? and I know part of it is a colloquialism, like for this area, and people do it all over the country. But when we catch ourselves and we start saying yes, it does a number of things. Even in those situations where we hear people go, no, yeah, that's okay. Well, which is it, right? I mean, it's even confusing to our brain. And I'm like, are they meaning no or are they meaning yes? Even though they're doing this body language, right? And it looks like they're happy and in agreement, but yet in their mind, they're saying no. And so there's a couple of things that happen when we do that and when we allow others to do it to us. One is that the word no is really coming from a place of lack. And lack is coming from a place of fear. And often when we're saying no, we're saying it in fear of losing something, right? I'll give you a little example. So a couple weeks ago, I had a $20 bill laying on the table next to the door going out. And my snarky son says, oh, hey, is that $20 laying there for me? And instead of me saying, no, I was like, yes, if you can give me a good reason why, you should have it. And, well, that lasted about a millisecond, right? So it was my way of saying yes and not going in this lack or being defensive or fear of loss. I know it sounds subtle, but I'm telling you, this is a huge shift that you can make if you get yourself saying yes to everything, even when you mean no. And there's a number of ways you can do that. So of course I use that in a way, right? And really, I did that with Kanan a lot when he was growing up. I rarely told him no. And here's why I rarely told him no, even though and he wasn't really much of an asker anyway, so he kind of made that easy. But I learned this probably 30 years ago. There was a study that was done. I don't remember who it was. I learned this in my personal development training, that children hear the word no more than 100,000 times from, I'll say, birth to age 18. So if you think about what that is for you, if we heard, because this would have been where most of us were in our formative years, right, when this study was done, we heard no 100,000 times before the age of 18. Is it any wonder why many of us struggle with taking risk, putting ourselves out there, speaking our voice, being decisive, and all kinds of things like that, right? And think about, in your own childhood, all the things you were told no about. No, you can't have that. No, you're never going to be able to achieve that. No, you'll hurt yourself, right? I mean, and even there was a more recent study done by UCLA that said children of the age one, hear the word no 400 times a day. Now, I cannot imagine telling a 1-year-old no that many times, but I also had the mindset of not using the word no to my child. But that's a lot of no's. And at some point we ease up on that, I hope, right? Where they hear less no's. But we hear no everywhere we go, right? It's rules in church. It's rules in school. It's rules in sports. It's rules with this parent and rules with that parent. And then, our extended family. It's rules in the neighborhood. And all those rules are no's. They're all, no, you can't do this. No, you can't enter without shoes and a shirt. No, no drinking on the property. No smoking. No entering without a fucking mask. Right? No. We hear it all the time. And what it creates in us, in this day and age, it creates a lot of fear, right? And it does that to our children too. And then we grow up as adults in this mindset of lack, with this no being said over and over. And so as I was feeling drained in this no mindset, what I realized was that how it was literally like sucking the energy out of me and forcing me to create a shift in the way that I'm delivering in my conversation. So one of the other things that is really powerful about saying yes instead of no, even when you're saying no, the outcome is no, you're not getting what you wanted, right? Whoever is making the request is not getting what they wanted from you. So the no can be, yes, I would love to, just not right now. Yes, I would love to, sounds great. Let's plan something for, I don't know, a month out. Yes, I would like to, but it's just not possible right now. So there's always a way to say yes instead of a no. And I can't think of any other examples right off the top of my head. But one of the important things that I wanted to mention about saying yes instead of no is the importance of influence and connection. We're in a time where everybody wants to have more, right? We want more time, right? But just say we want to have more, we want to be more, we want to experience more, we want to have more energy, and we want to be more connected. Yet, when we use the word no, we are creating division, right? We are creating distance. And using the word yes in your relationships, in your communication, it doesn't matter who it is with, you are now creating more of a meaningful connection with that person because you're in agreement, even when you're not in agreement, just by using the word yes, but then putting a delay out there. So getting out of this, so avoid the word no, replace it with the word yes in a rephrase by starting with yes, however, yes, if we can, yes, maybe, right? So you can always start with a yes to close the gap of separation and get yourself out of lack and put yourself in the energy of manifesting and having and creating by saying yes instead of the energy of lack and draining by saying no. That is my wisdom for today. I hope that was helpful. See you next time. Good night.